Hey everyone, Laura here with Rags to Rugs, and today we're going to be making a 24 by 36 rectangular crocheted rug. Now this could be the perfect project for a beginner. If you've never held a crochet hook in your life, you're really going to love this video. However, it's also going to be a great video for you experienced crocheters. You may have made 100 of rugs, but this may be the first time you've ever used this product. In fact, 2 different products, so I hope you really enjoy it as well. Now we're going to be using a product called Bonnie Craft Cord. This is an amazing product. It is, because it's made out of polyester, it's very durable, and it actually repels water, it repels dirt, it repels stain. It's inexpensive, and the best part of it is the rugs are machine washable. Now you guys all know me. I've always preached that you never ever machine wash any of the rugs that you crochet. But this is an exception. This is one rug that you're going to be able to machine wash over and over and over again, and it's going to look exactly like when you made it. Case in point, this is a rug that I made. This is the actual rug we're going to make in this class today. This is a rug that I made 3 years ago. It has a permanent home in front of my kitchen sink. It is trampled on, it is walked on, it's spilled on, there's stains and everything else. I throw it in my washing machine and I lay it flat to dry, and it looks exactly like it did 3 years ago. This is the exact, in fact it's been kind of probably more than a month since I've washed it. So it's amazing, this rug. And because it is polyester, you could feasibly use it outside and inside. But this is the rug we're going to make today. Now, you can actually buy this product, Bonnie Craft Cord, from a number of different places online, but I found that the best price to purchase this is at Hobby Lobby. I got this for $9.99. If you're going to follow along with us today, you're going to need to round up 3 of these. So if your local Hobby Lobby doesn't have this, or you can always go online and order it online, or just ask a sales rep at that Hobby Lobby and they'll be happy to order this for you. You're going to need 3 of these. But $9.99, you're only going to need 2.5 of those, so $25 to make this beautiful rug. You're also going to need to gather up a Q-size crochet hook, one of those great big jumbo-sized crochet hooks, a pair of shears, but you're going to use it minimally because unlike working with fabric, you're not going to be doing any connecting of fabric strips. Now, if you want to add this sweet border to your rug, you're going to need some jute twine. This is a 3mm. Now I did buy a big jumbo roll of it. I think it was under $10. You can buy a small roll of it at your local hardware store, but you're looking for 3mm jute twine and just a very small amount to do this border. We're going to size down the crochet hook. We're going to actually be using an L-size crochet hook to do this border. But aside from that, that's all you need. So we're going to get started right away crocheting a 24 by 36 rug out of this amazing Bonnie Craft Cord, 6mm. Okay, so you ready to get started? We're going to be making, again, a 24 by 36 inch rectangular rug using this big jumbo-sized crochet hook. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to make a slip knot, and it's really simple to do. Now I've already taken, it's like a partial roll of this lamb's wool. Again, it's a 6mm, and I've unrolled some of it. When you unroll this, always unroll it like you would toilet paper, believe it or not, just like this. So I've already unrolled some of it. The first thing I'm going to do is make our simple slip knot, just like that. And I'm going to slip my Q-size crochet hook in that. Now the first thing that we're going to do now is going to make some simple chains, and we're going to make 24 chains. I crochet pretty much at a 1-inch gauge using this Q-size crochet hook, and you probably will too, particularly using this 6mm cord. So we're going to just hook the cord, draw it through the slip knot that's on our hook, and there's one. Always maintaining, of course, this proper tension. You should be able to visually insert your pinky, the tip of your pinky finger, in the space directly below the crochet hook. That's going to help you maintain the proper tension. So that was 1. We're going to do 2. Again, maintaining that proper tension right there. 3, 4, 5, That's 10. That's 15. There's 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if I spread this out and measured it, it's going to measure 24 inches. But if you have a specification of what size you want to make, not necessarily a 24 by 36, measure it. Take it off when you first do those initial chains, measure it across to see if it's the size that you need. Maybe you want to do a 21 inch or an 18 inch. Just measure it across and make sure you've got the right size. Now, what's very important when you're doing rectangular rug is you always need to add one more to make your turn, okay? So I'm going to do one more. So instead of 24, I did 25. And what we're going to do now is we're going to start heading back toward that very first stitch. I'm going to insert my hook in that very next stitch then, hook the cord, draw it through. I've now got two hooks on my, or two loops on my hook. I'm going to hook the fabric, I'm so used to saying fabric, the cord, and I'm going to draw it through both of those loops. I'm going to insert my hook in the next space, hook the cord, two on my hook, hook again, and draw it through both. And we're going to continue on all 24 of those. Now because it is a polyester cording, you're going to see some curling to begin with. So see how this end is curling up? Don't worry about that. It's going to be just fine. Insert my hook in the next one, draw it through two. Insert my hook, hook the cord, draw it through with two on my hook, hook the cord again and draw it through both. Continue on to the end. And what's cool about making this rectangular rug is there's not a whole lot more to this than simply that. Initially, the slip knot, and then establish how wide you want your rug. We did 24 stitches, which for me, crocheting at a 1-inch gauge is going to yield a 24-inch wide rug. Insert my hook, hook the cord, two loops on my hook, hook it one more time, draw it through both, and continue on. Here comes the next one, the next one. Again, when you roll it off of the original thing, make sure you roll it off all in the same direction. Otherwise, because it is, again, out of polyester, it will curl on you. So we don't want that, or it gets a little frustrating when you're crocheting your rug. All right, we're reaching the end already. This is a project that you will easily be able to make in an evening. Now we've reached the very end, and what I want to do now is I want to crochet one more stitch on the end to make my turn. And I'm going to turn my work all the way around. Look how beautiful it is already. And we're going to insert our hook in that very next stitch right here. Okay, this is the stitch that's on our hook presently. We're going to insert our hook right here, hook the cord and draw it through, two on my hook, hook it again and draw it through both. But always remember to do that extra stitch when you make that turn. Continue on down. I think you can already see how quickly you'll be able to make this rug. We're going to be doing 36 rows to establish our 24 by 36 inch size. We're going to unroll a little bit more, and again, watch this. I'm going to do it just like you would toilet paper. Kind of funny to say that, but it's the truth. You know, it kind of reminds you, because you don't want to be pulling it off like this, or it's gonna curl on you. So always roll it off like this. Roll off a lot, so you have quite a bit in your stash. Now I'm going to continue on. Insert my hook, hook the cord, and draw it through. And as you can see, this is a really fun little project for a beginner, because there's not much more to this than establishing the size. In this case, 24 stitches is going to yield, for me anyway, a 24-inch wide. We're going to do 36 rows. primarily remembering to control your tension by visually looking at those stitches. Look at my cord, look underneath and make sure you can always see a space under there. Could you indeed insert the tip of your pinky right in that space there? That's going to be establishing really good tension. Begin here, and here, and continue on to the end. Remembering again to always add an extra stitch to make that turn. If you don't, what's going to happen is your rug's going to change shape. You're going to lose stitches along the way. Here we are reaching the end. Almost to the end, and we've already done 3 rows. It goes very quickly. This is a project that you literally can make while you're watching a movie with your family. If you realize you've got a gift that you need to give for a birthday party or whatever for the coming weekend. Okay, I'm going to back that off right there because I was talking and I forgot. So we reached that very last stitch right here. Before we make the turn, we're going to do one more chain right there to make this turn. Turn your work all the way around. And already you can see how beautiful this rug is. We're going to continue on down the other side now. Here we are. First stitch, second stitch, and continue on down. We're already almost out of, down on the cord, aren't we? I'm going to unroll some more, just like I would toilet paper. People laugh when I say that, but it's kind of a good reminder because you always want to roll it off this way. Okay, there's a little bit anyway. All right, and then we're going to continue on. Insert my hook in the next stitch. Hook the cord. Draw it through 2 loops on my hook. Hook it again and draw it through both. For beginner crocheters, this is a really good project because it's allowing you time to practice your stitches, to practice your tension, but it also is a project that goes really fast. And so for you that want to have an end result very quickly, this could be a great project for you. But again, for you experienced crocheters, I think you'll also understand using this product is such a great product because it is a very durable rug. This polyester wears like iron. It's very flexible. It's very easy to work with. And here we are almost to the end already. There's that stitch right there. You can see the front and the back of that stitch. Insert my hook underneath that. 2 loops on my hook. Draw it through and then always chain up. One more chain right here to make that turn. Looking beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and unwind some more while I'm here. We're going to go ahead and finish this partial roll right here so I can show you how to add another roll to this. That's an important part. And it's probably something that you're already asking yourself. All right, so we've already chained up here. We're going to insert our hook in that very next stitch right here. Insert our hook, draw it through, 2 on my hook, insert or hook the cord and draw it through. Always pick up the front and the back of that very next stitch. We're going to take this until we run out of this partial roll so that I can show you how to connect the next roll to it. Insert my hook, making sure you get the front and the back of that next stitch. Hook the cord and draw it through both. 2 on my hook, draw it through both. Insert my hook, making sure I get the front and the back. Insert the cord, or hook the cord, and draw it through both. With practice, you should be able to make, you could easily be able to make these rugs one every single night and have a wonderful gift everybody on your gift list. It could be birthdays, it could be anniversaries, it could be Christmas. Teacher gifts for $25 and to be able to share with them a lasting gift. This is one that's they're going to be able to use and enjoy for years to come. All right, I'm reaching the end once more. Here's that last stitch. Make sure you get both the front and the back. Hook the cord and make sure you remember to chain up, and then you can make that turn. Give it a little stretch. See how pretty that is. And I'm going to unroll the rest of this, and I've already got another roll all ready, so I can show you how to connect the next roll. Because again, a 24 by 36 is going to require 2.5 rolls of this product, leaving you a half of a roll for your next project. I'm going to just unroll all of this. Such a durable cord and so flexible, so easy to work with. Almost to the end. Here we go. And we're going to finish that out, and I'm going to show you how to connect. All right, so we chained up. So now I'm going to start in the very next stitch. Here we go. All the way to the end. 24 stitches across, 24 inches. Insert my hook. Making sure you get the front and the back of that next stitch. Insert my hook. 2 on my hook. Hook the cord and draw through both. You're going to continue on with this to, if you want to do a 24 by 36, then you're going to do 36 rows, each row measuring 1 inch. So when you finish that 36 row, if you measure your rug, if you're crocheting at a 1 inch gauge, it should measure 24 by 36. Through both of them, always remembering to do that extra chain right there, and then make your turn. Insert your hook at that very next space. 2 loops on my hook. Hook the cord and draw through both. We're not going to be able to finish this row because we're going to run out of cord, so it's a perfect opportunity for me to show you how to add that next roll. Oops. Right off my hook. Getting close to the end. We're getting pretty close to the end, aren't we? A couple more here. Here we go. Almost to the end, but not quite, which is a good place to stop. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this next roll, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to roll off a little bit of this, as you would toilet paper, over the top. And what we're going to do now is we're going to turn this over, and here's the tail. This is where we left off. And I want to take this little piece here. It doesn't really matter. You just need to add just a little bit. And I want to share with you just to very loosely add a knot right here, right at the base of that stitch. Very, very loosely. Because we're going to come back in and we're going to adjust that, but just loosely like that. Don't try to do it very tight. And we're going to continue on just exactly right there, right where we left off. Again, don't try to do it too tight because we're going to come back in later and we're going to adjust that. For right now, that's all there is to it. Just literally leave a few inches on both of those tails, do a very loose knot attaching the new roll to it, and then continue on. Hook the rope, draw it through. The last stitch here, hook it, draw it through, and always remember to chain up. So you can see here, there is our connection right here. It's a very loose connection. We're going to come in later and I'll show you how to finish this off right there, but for the time being, we're going to leave it just like that. We made our chain, we made our turn, and we're going to continue on. So we're getting really close to the end of this rug as you've hung in there with me all this time, and we've done 34 and a half rows. So we've just got just 1.5 rows left to do for our 36-inch length. I'm going to continue going, again picking up the front and the back of that next stitch. I roll the rest of this, the last roll. And we're going to, here's what happened. We've got just one more row left to do. Don't forget, always, I'm going to throw this on the ground here so we can keep this really nice and clear. Don't forget, of course, to always add that extra chain right there. Okay, we're going to turn our work. Well, you can see how big this rug has gotten now. We're going to insert our hook in the very next stitch, making sure you get the front and the back. Hook that cord and draw through. Insert your hook, 2 on your hook, 1, 2. Hook the cord and draw through both, keeping that tension. Always watch, make sure that you could visually insert the tip of your pinky. And continue on until we reach the end. And the exciting part is, not only is the rug now nearly the size that we set out to make, the 24 by 36, but I'm going to be able to show you this really sweet twine border for your rug too that, I don't know, it just seems to make it for me. Okay, insert my hook. We're about halfway down this last row. We're about out of cord, so it's a good time. Do you hear the fire engines going by? I'm not sure what's going on in the neighborhood, but we shoot these videos in my dining room, and right now there must be something exciting going on. A lot of emergency vehicles speeding by. All right, we're almost to the end of this row, which would be the completion of this part of our rug anyway. Next thing I'm going to show you is how to weave in all these ends. There's that last one. And what we're going to do, this time we're not going to add a chain, but I'm just going to snip this a few inches back, and I'm going to draw it all the way out, just like that. Give it a little tug. And this is now ready to weave in. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn this rug over and I'm going to show you how to weave in these ends using this same crochet hook. So this is where we just finished, and you can see it's really nice and loose right there. What we're going to do is we're going to bring this around and we're going to insert our crochet hook in 2 or 3 of the stitches from the previous row. Okay? And we're going to hook the cord and draw it through 2 of those. Now I recommend doing this, picking up 6 stitches going one direction, 6 going the other, and 6 going yet one more direction, because that's going to lock in that cord, just like when you were crocheting with your fabric or with your jute. There's the next 2. Using my crochet hook, I just reinserted my hook in there and drew through this cord. Don't pull too tight, keep it nice and loose because we want to maintain this same corner. Here's the next 2. Insert my hook, hook the cord, and draw it through. Now we've done 6 stitches going that direction. We're going to turn it and we're going to come back the other direction. These next 2 stitches are right here. Anytime you turn directions when you're finishing off your rug, it's going to help to lock in that, in this case, cord, or if you're working with fabric or whatever. Here's the next 2 stitches. I'm going to insert my hook right underneath those and draw through both. You can't even see them. There's no way you can see that on the back or on the front of your rug, but it is locking in so that it does not slip out when you wash or use this rug. And we're going to go one more direction the other way, and I can assure you there's no way that's ever going to come out. See, there's those next, there's 2, 2, 2. We're going to insert a hook right here, hook the cord with your same crochet hook and draw it through those 2. Here's 2 more. Hook it. And you're going to do this at the other end too. The very beginning where you've got, where you first started your rug. You'll do the same thing there. Right now we've done 6 stitches this way, 6 this way, and 6 this way. And I'm going to take my shears now and I'm going to trim this off right there. And I can assure you, you're never going to be able to see that, and those stitches are going to be they're going to hold. Now, you're going to do this on your own, but you're going to do the same thing with the very beginning. Going 6 stitches this way, back and back again to lock that in. So you're going to do that one on your own. Now, we're going to turn this over because remember I told you to keep where you added, this is where we added that first roll right here, and we did it again here. You took a half a roll here, one more, 2.5 rolls total to make this rug. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to move this just a little bit so you can see it better. I'm actually going to untie this where we added that new roll. And I'm going to retie it again. Just one tight. And we're going to do the same thing we did before. Just tighten it down really nice and tight right there. And we're going to use our crochet hook the same method, and we're going to do 6, 6, 6. This way, we're going to do the same thing with this, and then we're going to turn over here and do the same thing. So here's 2 stitches. It doesn't really matter where. Draw that through, give it a little tug, find the next 2. Always go at least 2 directions. I recommend with this particular product to go 3. Because it is polyester, there's a little bit more of a slip to it. All right, there's that one. We're going to turn our work. And we're going to find 2 stitches going this direction and do the same thing. You will not be able to see these stitches at all. It just works itself into the finished rug, and they will not be visible. Through there, and here's 2 more. We may not have enough to do another 6, but we're going to do our best here. So we're going to turn the work, and we're going to come back down yet the other way. We're going to pick on these 2 stitches here. Catch the cord with your crochet hook and draw it through. I think we're going to be able to do 2 more. Hook it and draw it through. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to let you finish the other knots doing the same thing to making sure, look at that, we went 3 directions. All we have is this little tail, and you cannot see where we fed that through. So I'm going to let you finish this one as well as these 2. The next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to teach you how to put this very, very sweet jute twine border on your rug. Okay, so we took a quick pause and we went in and finished off the tails on the beginning and on the end, as well as the back, where we added in 2 more rolls of the product that we're using to make this rug. If you remember, we did 24 stitches across, and we did 36 rounds, 36 rows to establish our 24 by 36. The only thing that's left now is to add our cute little, sweet little jute twine border. And I just personally love this. It's very simple to do. You don't have to add it, but I like it because it just seems like it frames the top and the bottom of my rug. So I'm going to show you how to do this really fast. Now we're going to be using this 3-ply jute twine. You can pick this up at your local hardware store. It's very inexpensive, and a little bit goes a long, long ways. And like I said, we did downsize the size. Instead of the Q size crochet hook, we're going to use this little L size for this lesson anyway. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to insert this jute twine through that very first stitch. Okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a very secure knot right here. Give it a nice tug. Tie it again. Very tight. We're going to insert our hook then, this L-size crochet hook in that same space. And we're going to hook this twine and we're going to draw it through and we're going to do 3 single crochet stitches in this space. There's one, just like when we were making the rug itself. There's a second one and a third one. And we're going to continue on to the next stitch. We're only going to do 3 in this one at the very end so that it kind of curves around on this very last stitch. And we're going to move on to the very next stitch. Insert our hook, hook the twine, 2 loops on my hook, hook it again, insert it, and do it one more time and move on to the next space. Insert it. See how easy this is? The same single crochet stitches we've used throughout the entire rug. Now we're using to frame it. This sweet little twine border that just makes these rugs. I've inserted my crochet hook. I'm going to do 1 and then 2, and we're going to proceed across the rug. There's 1 and 2. The next stitch. Now, the question to me is going to be about washing. This product, this polyester cord, washes brilliantly, but so does the jute twine. You'll be able to throw this in your washer as well, and it comes out just perfectly. No worries at all about what the agitation of your washing machine is going to do to this rug, because I can assure you it comes out just perfect. Machine wash as often as you want. I generally do mine about once a month. You can't even see any debris or anything that's settled on your rug. When I wash it, I lay it flat to dry. Because it's polyester, the water and any debris that's settled on it whisks away very easily. Lay it flat to dry. It dries very, very quickly. And then you're back to using it. You don't even have to add any Scotch Guard or anything like that to protect the fiber. Got a little thick spot there. Okay, we're halfway done with the border on this end. And then I want to show you how to weave in those ends. 2 in each of these spaces, all the way across. That's 24 spaces. Times 2 is 48 stitches. And you can see I'm almost done with the border on this end. We've already done the border on the other end, so you'll be able to see the finished rug here in just a minute. We're going to actually weave in the ends of this twine just like we did the cord, making sure that we go both directions. There's 1 and 2. 1 and 2. I've experimented with different borders with this, and I even tried like a double crochet. I've tried, more than 1 row, and honestly, I think this is just the perfect, sweet little border for these rugs. And then I was really surprised when I went to wash it, and it washed so well. Okay, we are in the very last one, so I'm going to do 3 here. We did 3 at the beginning, remember? That's 2 and 3. And we're going to draw this all the way through, just like we did the other. I'm just going to give it a quick flip about there, draw it all the way through. And next thing we're going to do is the same thing as before. We're going to come in and we're going to come both directions, but we're only going to be going through these stitches with the jute twine. So we're going to go through these stitches here, hook it and draw it through, all the way through all those stitches. Give it a nice little tug there, and it gives a nice little edge right there. See how that just rounded off? We're going to do the same thing here. We're going to do like 3 clusters of these. Pull it all the way through. Another cluster here. Hook the twine and draw it through. Now when you come back the other direction, I'm going to do 1 more here real quick. Another cluster. Hook that twine and draw through. Now we're going to go back through those same stitches, but this time what I'd like for you to do is skip the very first stitch so that it locks in. Because if you go back through, obviously those stitches are all going to come out. So we're going to skip the first stitch and only pick up those 3 and draw through so it locks that in right there. You're not going to be able to see it. Insert my hook. Hook that tail and draw it through. We're almost done with our rug, ladies. So 24 by 36 crocheted rectangular rug, and I can promise you, you are going to love this rug for years to come. All right, so we're there. Now, if you feel like you want to, you can always go back one more time, but always skip that first stitch so it doesn't pull out then. We're going to clip that, and we are going to celebrate this absolutely beautiful rug in its completion. So I hope you enjoyed that. I mean, this is a rug that I have made. I can't count how many I've made and given as gifts, because for $25, what an exceptional gift that you can make for a loved one. It could be a wedding gift or a Christmas gift or a birthday gift. It could be just a gift to yourself. But it's very inexpensive, and you're going to be confident that for years to come, they're going to look at that rug and know that you made it for them. And it looks just like when you gave it to them. So this is, again, we're going to share links at the bottom of this video of exactly what you need to purchase to make this rug. If you have any questions, as always, just leave it in the comments field, and I promise to get right back to you. But as always, thank you so much for checking out our YouTube channel. Thank you for subscribing, and make it a great day.